We all know that marijuana is medicine and it's not going away. We expect over 750,000 patients 8 years from now in Oregon. Wow. Who is the patient? DHS statistics show us that the average patient age is 57 years old. They're baby boomers, they're our neighbors, they're blue-collar workers, they're friends, relatives. Just a little statistic for you, over 60% of the population straight across the board anywhere in the world, especially in Oregon, cannot, will not, or should not smoke. So 60% of the load that we have is not smokable materials, but something different. Edibles, medibles, lotions, potions, tonics. What is the purpose of the conference today? First of all, it's an informal meeting. It's for us to be transparent. It's for us all to associate openly. It's not for you to join my club. It's not for you to join my association. It's for us to work together. It's to work on planning. It's to work on safety. We want to tell you what we've been doing and how we've been doing it. You're not going to get all that information tonight. There's not enough time. But throughout the work sessions that we produce in the future, we'd like to be able to give you as much information as we can about organization and how we've done and what we've done. That's important for you to know to a basic extent tonight, because what we're doing, and regardless of what you're doing, is going to have an effect on, we're going to have an effect on that with the case coming forward with the Serene Dreams case, and we want you to know what it is about and why. We want to have a united voice. We want to work together supporting many ideas. We want to be able to provide education and sharing and experiences between us all to better the industry. We want to create standards. We're going to suggest some of those tonight. You're going to hear that from some other folks as well coming up on some speakers. We want to know what works and what doesn't. We want to learn from our mistakes, and we want to make sure that we're all working more safely together. We want to build a legitimate industry, and of course, removing the black market is going to be the biggest, hardest issue. Let me give you a Serene Dreams update. First of all, don't believe the media. If you believe what they write in the Oregonian or what the sheriff tells you, then you're getting your news from the wrong source. Unfortunately, the media is extremely skewed. We have put out press releases on these kinds of items. Of course, they're never picked up, they're never published, even in our own cannabis magazines. All they do is report what they say in the Oregonian and what the police say. They do lie. They do overstep their bounds. In this case, we feel that with Serene Dreams, they have overstepped their boundaries, and that OMMA itself is under attack. We believe this case is nothing more than assault, entrapment, and assault on the patients and members of the club who were there. First of all, let me tell you that there were no rules broken under OMMA for this arrest, or for this case to be around. First of all, there's no arrest, although that is pending. Obviously, they'll be going for indictments possibly or something like that. We do anticipate there could be. We have made a petition for the return of monies and patients and members' funds. If there are charges, we will prepare for a fight. There will be no plea deals. If there are not charges, we will take the county to court or use any actions within our arsenal of options. It could even turn out to be a possible class action suit. Therefore, we very much expect them to place charges. They have to figure out why they did with their actions what they did. Although we haven't done so through legislature or ballot measures, the courts can clarify the law. We've been doing it for 200 years with our Constitution. They've done quite a bit of this in other states, and by the way, we've worked with many other states. It's important to remember that the individual patient rights is at stake on this particular case. What are those basic rights? First of all, the rights that we're going to be talking about, of course, the patient, primary caregiver, and grower may possess in a combination up to 24 ounces of usable medical marijuana. The patient can decide where their medicinal marijuana may be kept. The patient can only give excess medical marijuana to another patient who is a card holder. Can patients share? And a caregiver may transport the medical marijuana that a patient is giving to another patient. Can a patient share through their caregiver? And last but not least, The patient may reimburse their grower for costs of supplies and utilities associated with the production of medical marijuana. This is an area that definitely needs clarification. Or if people are going to be arrested about it, we certainly need to know what the rules are. Nobody in this room wants to go to jail. It's not about us tempting the law. It's not about us being flagrant. It's about us being honest, open businesses involved with our communities and doing the right thing. The challenges ahead on this particular case, from what legal assistance that we have talked to at this point, and we are putting together legal counsel, we do plan to fight this all the way. It's not going to be a quick, easy battle. And it will set precedents for Oregon law. That's why we're asking you to be involved and in giving you the information that you need to know about what we're going to do and how we want to do it, and see what kind of input that we can get as a community to go forward together. The challenges ahead may be about price wars and costs. Not about breaking the rules or memberships, by the way. One of the first things that we had to say when the feds put out their letters and Sheriff Bergen, or whatever his name is, came out and made all his statements and so forth, they were absolutely false. Absolutely false. You can't have memberships in this country. There's no question about it. We've been running on memberships for many years. REI, Weimar, your church. They made a lot of statements that weren't true, and a lot of people got scared out of their business. If we're going to deal with the cost of production, then we need to make sure that we make it in an area that is not a fixed price. There is no such thing as a fixed price for a commodity that you grow. Let's be realistic. But we do need a clarification, obviously, on reimbursement if that's what they're going to try to charge anybody with. So that's where we're going with it. It's not about the methods that we do. Obviously, if there is, then those will be pinpointed to us. Obviously, then those charges will come forward, and we will fight those as well. We've set up a Serene Dreams Legal Defense Fund. It's Terry Spanhorst at any branch of a U.S. bank. We're asking you to please help us. We're going to give you more information on that as we go and why it does affect you. It does affect every single person in this room. Remember that we have recently seen indications of this in many areas of Oregon. Oregon has a state law, and it should be the same from county to county, from city to city, unlike places like California where you can be legal in one city, all of a sudden illegal in another. Just to let you know, there's lots going on down there. Guidelines for safety. We're showing